Welcome to another Metallicis review. Today we're going to be looking at Wings of Rage by Rage. So, as always, let's look at the artwork first. So this is a pretty awesome album cover. Immediately jumps out at you, vibrant colors, a really cool undead, either dragon or dinosaur with wings, which I guess is the same thing, with a humanoid head and some cool headphones on there. Taking place in a graveyard with some ethereal spirits jumping out and attacking it. I really like the blue and the greens. It really jumps out at you. That's what got me to listen to this album to begin with. I actually thought this was a new band. I've never heard of Rage before, but when I did some research, I looked. They've been around since the early 80s, and they've released like 24 albums prior to this, which is crazy. I've never heard of them before, but I didn't do that research prior to listening, so I was listening to it as if they were a new band when I first heard it. But this album art is what got me to listen to it. I was scrolling through all the new albums that got released when this came out, and I thought this album art was so cool. I'm like, oh, I gotta listen to this band. It has the look and feel of a thrash album, which it's not quite. It has some thrash appeal. I would say it's more like traditional heavy metal in that genre than it is in thrash, but it has some elements. It's probably got some power metal elements as well, I would say. But I think this album cover is super awesome. It got me to listen to it, so I would give this a 5 out of 5 for the album cover. Now for the music. I normally just pick out the track highlights and kind of go backwards and all the way down to the things I didn't like so much. But for me, there's a clear pattern across for all of this, and that is that the guitar playing is phenomenal. I think there's really awesome guitar riffs, really cool grooves, excellent guitar solos. The guitarist is really phenomenal on this album, and it makes me want to listen to a lot of these songs again for that. However, the vocalist really takes away from it for me. In the first song, he actually has some low grizzled verses. It sounds really cool. I'm like, oh, I could listen to this. This is a cool song. And then he starts trying to sing in his high voice, and it just sounds terrible in my opinion. It's like gravelly, but not in a good Motorhead way. It sounds almost comical and kind of goofy, like a voice you do for a Looney Tunes character. And I really, it just kind of annoys me, and I really don't like it. And so it takes away from these really cool riffs that their guitarist wrote, and I have to listen to his vocals. And some of the lyrics are a little bit cheesy too, which I'm okay with. A lot of power metal has cheesy lyrics, like what is it, HTTS, Higher Than the Sky. I mean, that's a very typical sort of thing for power metal to sing about, and it's a bit corny. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And the guitar riffs are awesome, but I would check out just the first track, True. I think represents the whole album. It's the best song. It's the only one I'll come back to because he sings in some lower tones. If he had stuck to singing like that, or even just went to a death metal, because it sounds like he can't really sing at the higher ranges, it would actually be an excellent album. But I have to give basically every song in here, the most I can give the ones that are really good is like a 3.5. Like Let Them Rest in Peace and A Nameless Grave have really awesome guitar riffs and great guitar solos and dark looming clean licks that are played over them, and just really cool parts to them that I want to listen to. But then he sings over it, and I'm like, I could do without the singing. But he does do those low grizzled vocals at certain points, and so when he does that, I really like the music. So yeah, I think they need to get a new singer, or he needs to just do the low tone singing entirely. Otherwise, I don't find myself wanting to listen to any of these just because of the vocals. So I know that's like a harsh criticism, but I would give this album, if you just rate it on the guitars, like a 4. If you rate it with the vocals, a 2. So because the vocals come with it, I got to give the album overall a 2. So let me know what you all think in the comments below, and I'll see you on our next review.